Etymology and historical origin of the baby name Corinne. Corinne is the English and French form of Korinna, a Latin name borrowed from the Greek kappa omicron rho iota nu alpha, Korinna, from Korē meaning girl, maiden. The original Greek name had been borne by an ancient Greek poetess who wrote sometime in the centuries before Christ, c. 5th century BC, and is believed to have been a contemporary of the great Greek poet Pindar. She may have even been his teacher. Korinna was considered one of the 9 mortal muses in ancient Greece and is one of the oldest known female authors. Later in the 1st centuries BC and AD, the Roman poet Ovid used the name Corinna as the object of his ultimately unattainable desires in his book Amores, published over 2,000 years ago. Again, centuries after Ovid, an English poet, Robert Herrick, used this name when he wrote Corinna's Going a Maying in 1634, a famous poem about a young girl who is urged to seize the beautiful spring day. Adding even more literary cachet to this name was an early 19th century French-Swiss novelist Madame de Staël, who published her most celebrated work, Corinne, or Italy, in 1807. The heroine of the novel, Corinne, became an iconic model of the independent woman, artistic, beautiful, intelligent, spirited, romantic, and emotionally vulnerable. Modern-day usage of the name Corinne owes most of her popularity to the influence of de Staël's character on her early 19th century readers, who quickly embraced the name for their daughters. While no longer as popular today in the 21st century, the name Corinne was quite stylish in the 1800s. Personality of the girl named Corinne. Romance is the hallmark of the 6 personality. They exude nurturing, loving, and caring energy. 6s are in love with the idea of love in its idealized form, and with their magnetic personalities, they easily draw people toward them. Like the number 2 personality, they seek balance and harmony in their life and the world at large. They are conscientious and service-oriented, and a champion for the underdog. These personalities naturally attract money and are usually surrounded by lovely material objects, but their human relationships are always primary. They thrive in giving back to others rather than being motivated by their own desires. This is when they achieve great things. 6s are natural teachers, ministers, and counselors. Popularity of the girl named Corinne. Corinne dates back to 1880 on the U.S. female naming charts, which is the first year the government began tracking naming trends. It's safe to say that Corinne was in circulation prior to 1880, but this is where our data starts. In fact, Corinne saw most of her popularity during the 19th century in America, although she managed to maintain semi-moderate and respectable levels of usage during much of the 20th century as well. We did see a rather large jump in popularity for Corinne between 1977 and 1978 owing to a television character named Corinne Tate-Flotsky from the situation comedy soap, 1977 to 1981, but for the most part, as we've entered the 21st century, Corinne has been accumulating cobwebs as she hovers near the bottom of the top 1,000 list. Corinne is a lovely name choice, loaded with literary substance and prestige. See references below, perhaps the ultimate fair maiden. Currently neglected and relatively forgotten, Corinne would be considered a unique name choice by today's naming standards. This one has a quiet style all her own. We should point out that the name is pronounced Koren in French, but English speakers typically prefer the Krin pronunciation over Kren. Korē is the most common and obvious nickname. Quick facts on Corinne. Gender, girl. Origin, English. Number of syllables, 2. Ranking popularity, 739. Pronunciation, Kren. Simple meaning, maiden. Characteristics of Corinne. Sensitive, humanitarian, affectionate, family-oriented, compassionate, community-minded, loving. Cultural references to the baby name, Corinne. Literary characters of the baby name Corinne. Corinne is title character of Madame de Staël's 1807 romantic novel, Corinne, or Italy. Corinne is a beautiful, rich and independent Italian poetess who meets and falls in love with Lord Nelvil, becoming his mistress. In this capacity, she provides him with a virtual tour of Italy, showcasing all its vast array of literature and art against its magnificent landscape. For her troubles, she is eventually dismissed and ultimately dies of unrequited love for Lord N, who is absolutely unworthy of any inch of her magnificent self. So there. The novel is known for its famous quote, "Tout comprendre rend très indulgent, to know all is to forgive all." Famous people named Corinne. Corinne Bailey Rae, British singer-songwriter, Mary Martha Corinne Roberts, aka Cokie Roberts, news journalist, Corinne Roosevelt Robinson, sister of Teddy Roosevelt, Corinne Calvet, French actress, Corinne Drury, British musician, Corinne Trang, Asian-themed cookbook author, Corinne Brown, politician,